I have no idea. Oh man, I really need to work on this camera setup because this isn't gonna work. All right, so according to Robert Mueller, no American citizen.
But the special counsel found no evidence that any American, including anyone associated with the Trump campaign, conspired or coordinated with the Russian government or the IRA in this illegal scheme. Indeed, as the report states, quote, the investigation did not identify evidence that any U.S. person knowingly or intentionally coordinated with the IRA's interference operation, unquote. Put another way, the special counsel found no collusion by any Americans in IRA's illegal activities. Second, the report...
And Robert Mueller is the... Robert Mueller is the special counsel that was chosen to investigate Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. And he comes out, with the report, and it basically says that they found no evidence. And mind you, we've been listening to people who have access to classified information tell us that, yes, indeed, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, did collude with Russia. They apparently had, according to Pencil Neck Schiff, had ample evidence.
Something that you said also to me on Sunday is that you thought that at the time former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper was too definitive when he said no evidence of collusion at the time that he served through essentially January 20th of this year. What basis can you feel confident saying that the Director of National Intelligence oversold something?
Well, look, I don't think it was deliberate on the director's part, but all I can tell you is reviewing the evidence that I have, I don't think you can conclude that at all, far from it.
But you admit it's all you have right now is a circumstantial case.
Actually, no, Chuck. I can tell you that the case is more than that, and I can't go into the particulars, but there is more than circumstantial evidence now. So, again, I think...
So you have seen direct evidence of collusion?
I don't want to go into specifics, but I will say that there is evidence that is not circumstantial and is very much worthy of investigation. So that is what we ought to do. Now, again, I think we have been dealt a serious body blow to the credibility of our ability to get answers by today's events. And to me, it underscores the importance of having an independent commission look at this as a supplement to anything the Congress does.
And what I want you guys to really understand, we are fighting for our country here, because if it did come out, let's just say, that Donald Trump was colluding with Russia, that would just go show how bad our politicians actually are. This has nothing to do with Russia or Donald Trump if they were able to pull something like that off, which obviously they didn't. Okay? And oh my God.
Turn onto Long Hill Drive.
Yeah, this isn't gonna work right now. So now I'm seeing reports. Are coming out from the mainstream media, people who get paid tens of millions of dollars to lie to us, right? This is their job. Their job is to lie to us. That's what they've done in every single war. Every time something happens, they come out and lie to us, and then they have to retract. Anyone who can't see that just chooses to be completely oblivious to what's going on. you're most likely a spoiled individual. This is why I talk about spoiled individuals a lot now, and I'm going to keep repeating it. If you don't see a problem with the Democrats and all the Republicans who want us to be in wars telling us that our president was a Russian spy, if you don't see a very serious problem with that, then you're just choosing to be naive, you're choosing to be oblivious to the situation. This country right here that we have is what's holding the rest of the world together. Without this country, who do you think would be able to call out all of the abuses going on around the world? What military would be able to show up, and not that the military is been used for good most of the time, but that's up to us to change and pay attention to. So when these elitists, and remember, they had all the blue check marks, all the media.
We're about to find out if the new president of our country is going to do what Russia wants.
As if there are no shoes on the Trump human centipede that are not about Russia. Russia, Russia, Russia.
This cloud about collusion with Russia will hang over him no matter where he stands.
He may be the first president in quite some time to face the real prospect of jail time.
I think they're shocked that the noose is tightening.
It's clear that Mueller is now connecting the dots between a massive obstruction intended to hide the truth.
This president needs to be impeached. I believe that. I believe there was collusion.
Donald Trump's done. He's done. There's no question about it.
He's got to know his future looks like it's behind bars.
We have a treasonous president. He feels the world's closing in on him. The president has done everything he can in trashing the special counsel.
Mr. Trump is seeing more and more of the walls closing in on him, which is why he is becoming increasingly desperate.
What if he refuses to open the White House door? What if the secret, what if he fires any Secret Service agent who would allow the federal marshals in? What if Donald Trump simply decides, I don't have to follow the law. I refuse to be held under the law. No marshal can get into this White House.
The entire Democratic Party and some Republicans. Who else am I missing out? Athletes, singers, musicians, everybody that we unfortunately as society consider important, and we give praise to, and we act like, without them we're nothing, we're lost, we're done as a country or done as a human being. We connect to these people on a level that is very unhealthy, which is why our lives tend to be affected by it, and it goes for everybody. But now we have a president who's trying to do good, and here these people are trying to hold on to their power. They're grasping at what little power they have left, and we're allowing them to, right? When you feed into this nonsense that the president of the United States was a Russian spy, you give them power, and that's exactly what they need. All they need is for 50% of the country to feel like we have a Russian spy and feel like it is okay to physically harm people. Not only physically harm, it makes it okay to disown friends and get rid of friends that you've had for years and be pissed off and want to fight and want to hurt and want to kill. When they're able to control half the country like that, they're able to hold on to power. Now I'm assuming after today, it's going to be 60% of the country is going to be like, okay, Donald Trump is it. We're not playing this game anymore. And then 40% is going to be and a little part of that 40% is going to still be that hardcore, we need to eliminate these people. But now we're going to get into what I hope is better times. Obviously, a lot of arrests are still going to happen, and a lot of things are going to come out that most people had no idea about. But anyway, back to the articles that are coming out now. They are saying that the special counsel, this is exactly it, the special counsel investigated 10 possible instances that Trump obstructed justice. So forget the fact that these people were calling the president of the United States a treasonous, all sorts of curse words and stuff. Treason, something that I have always said should be punishable by death. Now they're switching over to possible. Do people know what that, do you understand what that word means when the media puts it out there? that he possibly obstructed justice. Now let's talk about the fact that, well, if he didn't collude with Russia, what justice needed to be served? If he didn't do anything wrong, what justice is it that you guys are looking for? I think that's a valid question. If he didn't do anything wrong, he didn't collude with Russia, he wasn't a Russian spy, he wasn't pissing on or hookers were not pissing on him or him pissing on hookers, whatever it was that these people were trying to come up with, what justice needed to be served? So now we have a situation where they lied and then they think that he can obstruct justice. I mean, do you understand how insane that is? Do you know how insane you'd have to be to even think that's logically correct? Someone who did nothing wrong, and then I saw another report that apparently Trump was like, fuck, my presidency is over when the special counsel was appointed. Yeah, because as a normal human, you should understand that when the FBI and the CIA and the NSA and the government, whenever they decide to go after one of us, they're usually going to crush us. They're usually going to destroy our entire life for something that either they're doing or they're doing 10 times even worse. Selling drugs, stealing money, killing people. Whenever they decide to come after us, they destroy everything you have. So if Trump actually did say this, because obviously it could be a lie, it could be them lying all over again, but to me, if I was Trump, I would say the exact same thing. I'd be sitting there cursing up a storm. These motherfuckers, these bitch ass niggas, because that's what these people are. I mean, I don't know if I could put this in my video. I don't know if anybody's gonna get pissed off at me, but these motherfuckers, these bitch ass niggas. I have to show people this for approval, so we'll see what that's what these people are. Some of them are pedophiles. Some of them aren't pedophiles. They like to just beat women. Eric Schneiderman. So these bitch ass niggas that don't know how to treat a female, you a bitch ass nigga if you don't know how to treat a female. If you physically harm a female, there's something wrong with you. These are the people accusing Donald Trump. And you know what? Trump might have been that person back in the day. You know, apparently at one point he was for abortions. You know, back when he was just a billionaire young dude, didn't understand the impact that it has on society. What it does to the female mind after an abortion is complete. These are all factual things. I'm not making them up. And I've never had an abortion, clearly. But when you do have one, you are psychologically messed up after that. So these are the people, the people promoting abortions or killing a baby after it's born if you don't like it or whatever the case. Oh, you could just talk to the doctor. Talk to the doctor. If you want to kill the baby that was just born, talk to the doctor. These are the individuals that we're dealing with. And we're expected on this side to believe that side. People who get paid tens of millions of dollars to lie to us. It's just not going to happen. Possible obstruction is not obstruction of justice. You're just making more things up at the expense of society, at the expense of people being harmed in the streets because of these lies. That Trump's a KKK member or a Nazi. A Nazi. He's either KKK Nazi or a fucking Russian, bro. Which one is it? Y'all are so confused. I don't even get it anymore. But anyway, alright, that's it. I'm not really that bad. I have plenty. My life is plentiful. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but it's filled with everything that I need right now. There's nothing I'm missing in life. So I'm really not that bad. But when my people are suffering, when I know people who are suffering, who need the government to leave them alone and let them grow and build and it's just not healthy for society to have these millionaires controlling how we think and act and what the things that we believe in. It doesn't even need to be true for us to believe in it. Trump's a Russian spy and half the country believed it. No evidence, just because a blue check mark told you. That's a problem. It's a serious problem, you know?